I don't have friends. I got family.
Family.
You
can have any brew you want, as long as it's a Corona.
Family.
This just went from Mission Impossible to Mission and freaking Sanity.
The movies.
Vroom vroom. Screech. It's Fast Fridays. It's Friday. It's a Friday.
It is Friday. That means
It's
we're
Friday.
backstage at the Bluebird.
We've got to go down on Friday.
We are talking.
Everybody's looking forward to the weekend.
Wait, I'm confused. What are we...
Sitting in the front seat, sitting in the back seat. Which seat do I take?
Wow. Did
Johnny,
you look up those
do you need to get your bowl? Do you need to have cereal? Are you asking if I looked up Rebecca Black's iconic song Friday? No. This is stuff that is lodged firmly in my brain. I need John Hamm to lobotomize me at some point. He can do it with an ice pick. He can do it with whatever he wants to stick up my nose. I don't mind. If the last thing I see is John Hamm looking upon me, I mean...
Fair enough.
I think Sucker Punch is one of the worst things ever made, but I did go to the IMAX because I knew, hey, John Hamm in an IMAX. And this film, I'm not sure about this film, but John Hamm in the IMAX, I'm definitely going to see that. And it turns out he has a minute.
As I always say, that holds a special place in my heart, that film, because it was my first Blu-ray, which I hope I still own.
My first Blu-ray was Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, which one day might be coming an episode of Are You Movie Mad, the podcast we actually do. This is Are You Movie Mad presents Fast Fridays. What's that?
Does that mean that Sucker Punch is coming?
No,
to an episode
because
of
we've both seen Sucker Punch.
Yeah,
we've both seen Sucker Punch. I never need to see Sucker Punch in my life again. Thank you very much.
If I watch Before the Devil Knows You're Dead,
have you seen Before the Devil Knows You're Dead?
No, so I'm going to watch it now, and then we'll do an episode, and then we're on equal.
Well, if you watch it now, we will not do an episode on it. That's how that system goes. Okay.
Damn it! I'm just saying. I think we should do an episode on Sucker Punch.
Well, I'm just saying. My name is Andrew Jones. I'm family.
I'm Johnny Ellis, and I'm Movie Mad family. I don't.
You're family.
I'm family.
And everyone who's listening, you're family.
We're all family.
We are.
And how do you feel today?
Family. I feel fast. How do you feel?
I feel like I do.
You didn't go with my thing. You went with your own thing.
Yeah.
And today we're recording. We're doing this early in advance because we've got a lot to get through.
Yes.
And also we had this planned out, and then they decided, hey, we'll push it back another month.
I feel like we're tempting fate of the Furious by doing this finally.
Hey, look, last year I recorded 2 episodes on my own. I recorded The Fast and Furious, and I recorded 2 Fast, 2 Furious. And the day before The Fast and Furious dropped, they pushed this film back a year and a month.
Are we ever going to hear those episodes?
No, those episodes are lost in time because they were very specific to joking around about coronavirus at that point in time.
And as we all know, coronavirus is not a serious thing anymore. So
no,
it was
exactly.
Never became serious.
Didn't become a serious thing. So when Vin was like, "Yeah, I'll go to China and promote Fast and Furious," when he was promoting Bloodshot, saying that's going to be fine. And of course, this franchise's ties to Corona.
Yes, it does.
That was my entire intention, was to look at how deep and connected this was. I did notice, of course, that this one, we'll get to it, there is a sequence set around Coachella, the actual location of Coachella.
Right.
And of course, at that point, Coachella was just cancelled when I was recording that episode. So it was all interconnected, planetary.
Oh, I want to hear
that. Well, you'll never hear them, and no one else will ever hear them.
Wow.
I will say what I'm trying to say with this news, of course, is we've got news that Vin Diesel's son,
right,
his 10-year-old son, is going to make an acting debut in F9: The Fast Saga.
Oh, really?
Yep, Vincent Sinclair.
Wait, is that new news that's just been announced?
Of the day of recording, March 22nd. 2021, 10:04 p.m. E! News.
How crazy is it that they've announced that now? Like, the film was supposed to come out last year. Surely they would have been like, well, it's been about a year and no one's found out. Let's just hold on to it a bit longer.
People were talking about Mission Impossible 7 and the big cast news a couple of weeks ago after it had wrapped principal photography.
Right.
And like, why are they announcing this stuff now? Hasn't it been finished? Yes, that's how the thing works. You keep news so it can always be in the cycle. You don't say, here's all the information, and then a year later, and now here's the film. You say, here's this bit. Oh, and also this is happening, and this is happening. And you keep this wrapped up so that you can always be in the news cycle and always build hype. So the news of Ludacris possibly going into space, we don't know yet. There's been talk about that. There's been rumour.
Oh, what, in Fast 9?
In F9, the Fast Saga, there are rumours that, Ludacris is up there messing around. We see Tej on the moon. Now, what's the plan? Are we going to be doing Fast 9 as a Fast Friday episode, or will we be joining in Are You Movie Mad for F9? Vincent will play a younger Dom, his real-life dad, in flashback scenes. There's no knowledge of how much screen time the preteen will get, however, it's reported his contract notes a daily pay rate of $1,000 and $5 extra dollars. Right? Yeah. Well, I feel like we should start on the first, The Fast and the Furious, before we get ahead of ourselves, which we already have. But daughter Pauline Sinclair 6 requested Cardi B to be included in the film, and Proud Dad made it happen. Wow. Cardi B is the music star told Jimmy Kimmel at the time. I said, that's a great idea. She's listening to I Like It. Is Cardi B in Hustlers? Yeah. Which I still haven't got around to. Hey, you know what? What? Worst of those films. Oh. Of the Scafaria triple. It goes The Meddler, number 1. Number 2, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Number 3, all the way across the room, Hustlers. Oh, I thought you liked Hustlers. No, everyone liked Hustlers. Yeah, I was one of the second they're going like, oh, I was hoping it would be more good, like the other two films Scafaria did. No, this is the opposite of good. Bad is the word. This is bad. But I'm not allowed to say it's bad because everyone else is saying it's great and it's promoting feminism. Is it? Or is it just a dull attempt at trying to be, like a Money Monster meets The Big Short? Oh, well, now I'm sold. I don't know why Money Monster. I just like the Money Monster. Anyway, this is, of course, talking about The Fast and the Furious. Rob Cohen's 2001 film written by... I don't know who wrote Gary Scott Thompson. We'll see his name credited a lot because he comes up with the characters with that's Vin Diesel, Eric Bergquist, and David Ayer. David Ayer. Yep. Is this the Ayer cut? This is the Ayer cut. Based on an article by Ken Lee called Racer X. Have you read the article? I've not read the article. I've watched the film multiple times. Right. Does that count? For a second, I thought you meant you've watched a documentary about the article, as well as Fast and Furious. I've also watched the film about Racer X, and we have done that as an episode. It's called Speed Racer. It's very good. Yeah, very good. Watch that. Now, halfway through the film, getting ahead of myself again, but we see them stealing DVD players. Whoa! Okay. What are you talking about? All right. How does the film open up? Well, it's a big chase sequence with a lorry. It's nighttime in Los Angeles. Oh, big truck. Doing it then, but the first time I spotted big truck. What's that? 3 cars? Exports. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 cars. Exports. What's that? Green neon? Yes, gotta be green neon. Gotta be green. That's how you know the cars are cool. 1 car at the front, 1 car at the back. Which car do you take? The car in the middle. It's a stunt sequence in which they use a grappling hook on the truck to stop it and pull it over and grab the material. What is the material inside? What are they stealing? DVD players. Is it DVD players or is it DVD video combos? It's TV video combos. TV video combos. The TV and the VCR at the bottom, and also DVD players. Right. They also are stealing DVD players. It's tech goods from 2000. Wow. I mean, turn of the millennium. Sorry, excuse me. Millennium. 20 years ago. How crazy is that? 20 fucking years ago. Jesus. 20 years. 20 years. I was 7 years old. I was 11 years old. Now, right.
one of the first things I put down, I've put a few notes here.
I've got notes. You want to get to them, and they're out of order, are they?
No.
This whole trial is out of order.
Was who was known from the film before the film came out? Like, was Vin Diesel very well known? I don't think.
No, he was. He'd been in a couple of things. Pitch Black was the year before.
Right. Okay.
And so that was like, oh, here's this guy. He's been in things, and here he is playing this bad guy in this film that did okay and made like a cult appreciation of this dark side.
I was trying to figure out whether this was a blockbuster or not. It's very actiony, but
it's a mid-blockbuster. Remember when they would make those films which were like $50 million?
Yeah,
sometimes they were action, sometimes they were more thrillers, and they would make them, and people would go. They make a decent amount of money, but they wouldn't go any further because they were just there to pad out the big releases because no one was racing to get 100 million opening weekends until Spider-Man came along.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was watching this going, I kind of miss these kind of films where you wouldn't know anyone that's in the film. Sorry?
Films that were ideas.
Yes,
admittedly, films that may have been Point Break, but
yeah, true. But yeah, the films where you didn't really know the actors, but then you grew to know them from this one film that became a franchise.
Oh, what, like the remake Point Break?
I like that remake. I had fun with that. Made me think of Just Cause.
Big Luke Bracey head, are we?
I just liked the bit where they flew in the squirrel outfits.
You liked watching Edgar Ramirez fly around.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you want to use one of those?
No.
No.
No, I don't want... I'm an overweight human being. I get one of those, I'm still flopping to the ground like I'm Funny Coyote. I'll look to the camera, I'll raise up my board, it will say, uh-oh. And then I'll just flunk straight down. And then a puff of dust will come up.
Well, let's get into our main character, whose name is sorry, who?
Brian O'Connor.
Brian L. Spilner, I think is who you mean. Brian L. Spilner. That's what it says on his ID, because Vin takes his ID off him and it says.
Oh, you're
Brian
talking about his
L.
undercover character. That's different.
What are you on about? It's Brian L. Spilner.
How dare you?
How
dare you? It's important to know that the entire film would be boring if it wasn't the FBI. If there wasn't some sort of thing involved, it would be just two macho guys yelling at each other for 2 hours.
What would you have if you went to Toretto's cafe? Was it Toretto? It was Toretto's cafe, wasn't it? Toretto's.
I don't want to have the tuna. It sounds dry.
Yeah, especially on white with no crust. Also,
I don't like tuna.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't like it small. I definitely don't like it big.
Yeah.
Big tuna.
See what you did there.
What did I do then?
The Office. Hashtag Office Ladies.
It's 2001. I've watched The Office.
It's a place where people worked back in the full time.
Oh, what, in the back office where
yes.
Dominic Toretto is sitting?
Yes, and he's practically fucking Brian straight away.
Excuse me?
Oh, come on. They want each other bad. That romance starts up pretty damn quickly.
How dare you? This guy, he's there. He's got a shitty car. He thinks he's all that. He stops by every day for a sarnie.
Well, yes. What would you have? What would you have if you went to Toretto's?
Could I have the water, please?
Water?
Yeah, bottle, not tap. I don't trust your taps.
Okay. Is that it?
Well, I don't know the menu. Give me the menu.
Well, whatever you want.
Whatever.
At Toretto's, all your dreams can come true.
I don't.
It's like Disneyland.
Whatever you want situation there.
You can even get an autograph from Dominic Toretto himself.
Really? I get Dom's autograph.
Yeah.
That's probably worth something.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean,
it's hard to do in his driver's gloves. But...
Well, the thing is, with Dominic Toretto, you think, oh, he's just a regular guy, but of course, I mean, we're going to spoil something from Furious 7, right?
Right. Okay.
He and Letty, they founded Race Wars, so it's not just like he's just this random guy.
Yes.
He's the head of Race Wars. He creates Race Wars.
They mentioned Race Wars at one point, and I was like, is this the right thing to be watching in 2021? film about race wars.
Unbelievable that race wars is just a thing they said. Yeah, this is cool to have in our film and would become part of the franchise. They call it race wars.
Oh goodness. I personally would have a grilled cheese sandwich.
You.
I feel like he'd make a pretty.
Heat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd
Dom's
request
not
that.
the cook.
I would demand that Dom make it, and
Why?
he'd kind of like that I'm demanding. I think.
I
think he's a little sub at heart.
I think you'll find he's full on full Dom. What is wrong with you?
Dom by name, sub by nature. But yeah, I feel like a greasy grilled cheese sandwich from Dom would be pretty nice. Do you know how you make it greasy? Just rub it all over his chest.
What is wrong with you? How am I meant to talk about this film if you're going to be like this? You are disgusting.
Wow.
This is Dominic Toretto. This is the guy who invented illegal street racing, essentially, at this point.
I'm just getting more notes.
He is the titular from the song King of the Road. How dare you?
I'm just getting to my notes. I fucking Brian. Dom is a sub. Brian L. Spilner isn't a perfect name.
Why don't you have a grilled cheese submarine sandwich then?
Mm-hmm.
And demand a sub from the Dom.
Now, when we get to the first race of the film.
Oh, I'm sorry. Paul Walker as Brian O'Connor playing who? Sorry, in this case, Brian
L. Spilner.
Oh, Brian L. Spilner. Okay, his fake name. He's
Brian L. Spilner.
He's hanging out at this cafe and he's got a job at a car emporium.
Yes.
Parts and bits.
Parts and bits.
Parts and bits and bobs. Spoilers. Rims. Fuzzy dice.
Yeah.
Those pine scent hanger oveners. Probably a Furby.
Oh, I remember Furbies.
One of those kind of ones you stick to the front of the thing. The ones that you might have on your chest if you're Harold Lapper.
Yes.
No, and he fancies Mia Toretto.
He does indeed.
He doesn't realise that Dominic Toretto is a big boy backstage.
Big boy backstage.
Big boy backstage. Who's the big boy backstage? It's Dominic Toretto.
Yeah.
The Corona King.
The Corona King. It's all his fault.
Everything is his fault. But the key thing about him is how does he live his life?
A quarter mile at a time. Everyone knows that.
That's the only way he feels free.
Yep. So
he's got a crew.
Yes, he does have a crew.
They bully Brian because they're the Dom crew.
The Dom crew, yes.
Yeah. Vince is a big bully. Letty is a woman. Michelle.
I think you mean a girl.
Oh, she's not a girl.
Who drives.
She definitely drives. And you've got the kid who is basically Mouse from the Matrix.
Yes. Now,
he's got ADD, isn't he?
Yes. See, in my notes, a bit further down my notes, I've put, what happened to the kid with ADD, Jesse? Bring him back, I say. And then I continued watching the film, and then a little later on in my notes, I went, oh, that's why he's.
You say that, but hey, we're talking Fast and Furious films. We all spoil things for upcoming films, but death ain't no big thing in this franchise. True. Justice is coming.
Yes. But I can't see how they'd be able to bring him back.
Letty died in the fourth one, didn't she?
Yeah, but you don't see. Did you actually see her die? I can't remember.
I feel like there was a gunshot, which is why she's got the memory loss in the sixth one. She got an adamantium bullet in her.
It's been a few years since I've watched these. This is going to be a fun wild ride.
Yeah, there's some weird choices in these films. It's a soap opera.
Yeah, but let's get to the first big race of the film, the first big nighttime race. And a guy pops up, and I've put in my
Can
notes
I just say
here.
before that,
Yeah?
Vince does try and just beat on Brian O'Connor and calls him a faggot a bunch.
Yes, yeah.
It's
'Cause
it's
he's
not.
trying
I
so
don't.
hard to be a dom, but he's actually a sub.
This guy, he's bad. I don't like him. He says bad words.
Yes, he
And
does.
he says it with such glee. I just like, no.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. No. Don't use those words. What the fuck?
Well,
Also,
soon
there's mesh
soon
tank top, so you can-
that F word turns into a better F word. So because Brian soon becomes family. Now in this first race, guy pops up, and in my notes here, I wrote down, I guarantee this guy's name is Hector. It's the same guy from. Do you know what else he's from? What do you know him from?
Which guy?
His name is Hector in the film. It did turn out to be. And I knew I was right.
Is he in Breaking Bad?
I think he might have been, but I know him mainly from Bruce Almighty. He's the guy.
Yeah, I meant to remember Bruce Almighty, the film we all recognise and recall.
I recognise that a lot because I went to a Catholic high school, and it was a film we used to watch a lot, like on the Fridays when we could watch a film because they didn't want to teach you.
Oh well, you know what you do on these Fridays?
Go on.
We watch a film. It's called Fast and Furious. It's Fast Fridays.
Yes.
That's what we do.
That's what I tried telling them, but they said there's no podcast out there, so what's the point?
They said there's only been 2 Fast and Furious movies at this point. Don't keep trying to make us watch them. The new one's coming out this summer. This was 2006, I'm sure.
But yeah, he's the guy in Bruce Almighty who gets a monkey crawled out of his butt.
Oh, okay.
That's whenever I see his face, I'm like, oh, it's him.
Monkey butt.
And his name was Hector in that, and I think his name is Hector in pretty much everything he's in. If you look at his IMDb, I swear to God, it's all Hector.
He's got a Hector look to him.
He does.
He's got the posture of a Hector.
Yeah. And
during this, this is 2001, right?
Yes.
This film came out because during this car sequence, the build up to everything. What do you hear in the background for a brief period of time, playing on one of the sound speakers?
I see. The music just went
rolling.
Yeah, the music just went right by me, and I thought Andrew's going to be able to talk about the music. I can do the music in Nashville, but Andrew can do the music in this.
People everywhere, put your hands in the air, because if you don't care, then we don't care.
I feel like this
1, 2, 3 times 2 equals 6. Jump in your face with a Limp Bizkit mix. So where the fuck you're at, bitch? Shut the fuck up and back the fuck up while they fuck this track up.
I feel like this is exactly what you were listening to back in the day.
That's the air raid mix. I was doing the air raid mix.
And currently in the day.
What?
No? I feel like this is exactly what you were listening to back in the day and currently in the day.
Rollin' was like 6 weeks #1 hit.
Yeah.
It became The Undertaker's entrance music.
Right. Okay.
That was, like a song we all knew. This was like the song. You know what album that came from? Do you know the Limp Bizkit album that came from?
Riding High.
Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavoured water.
What?
You know what a chocolate starfish is, right?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
You know what a Limp Bizkit is, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's all like, hey, did you get it? We're rude.
I tell you.
Rude. And our toot? Bad. We've got bad attitude.
I tell you, a film that this made me want to watch, especially towards the end of the race part.
You should Point Break because that film's good.
Where Brian is saying to Dom, like, he's smiling and laughing, and he's just lost his pink slip for his car, but he's still happy, and he says, "I almost had you," and I don't know why, but at that exact moment, I was like, God, I really want to watch 8 Mile. It just gave me a feeling for watching 8 Mile. Yeah, me neither. But it just
when Curtis Hanson died.
Just gave me an 8 Mile feeling.
Anyway, so there's racing.
There is racing. There's a lot of racing.
There's a lot of racing.
And it's fast and it's furious.
It's fast and furious. And what's the other thing that it involves?
Girls.
The more important than girls, there's a lot of, shots of women's bodies.
Yes.
But also, what are they hidden? How do they make themselves go faster?
Oh, Nos.
They hit the nose. We're hitting nose in this.
Now, I'm wondering how long that stays around for, because I don't think it's a component of the franchise anymore. I feel like after...
Have you seen the trailer for F9 The Fast Saga?
Not enough.
There
not
is
as much
a
as you have.
moment in which one of the cars, they hit a button and a rocket starts on the back of them, and they're flying side to side with a plane which is flying at the about to start flying. And that plane, I think, is actually a rocket plane because it looks like it's going pretty high up, pretty directly vertically as soon as it starts taking off. So I think that's the one that Ludacris Tesh is going to be on to go to the moon. I have broken down this trailer a lot in the hopes of trying to get excited over the last, 15 months.
Yeah, I've probably watched it when it first came out and not looked back at it since. I'm just along for the ride for these films again. Hopefully, by the time I get to the most recent one, I will be in the mood for the new film.
Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
I was thinking the most recent official, main story one.
Don't focus.
Yes.
Okay, but because this is that would be iMovie Mad presents Fast Fridays presents Hobbs and Shaw.
Yes. Okay.
No, the outside of the cars when they hit the NOS.
Right. When
it goes into those kind of weird, artistic light streams.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
How visually interesting a way to express speed.
It is all rather visually interesting, I must say.
There was something, Rob Cohen, not the best filmmaker, we'll say Stealth, Triple X.
Yeah.
He has a particular base level he can do,
right.
But he's not great with... pacing's not his greatest effort. He's kind of just flat and on the nose for the most part. But this one has a couple of ideas in there to try and style up the world, which we appreciate. One of those ideas, of course, is where's the FBI headquarters in this film?
In an empty house, in like a house that they've taken over.
Whose empty house though?
I want to say, was it Elizabeth Taylor?
It's the house that Eddie Fisher bought for Elizabeth Taylor.
It was Elizabeth. Yeah, I knew it was Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, but who's Eddie Fisher?
I don't know who Eddie Fisher is.
You don't know who Eddie Fisher is?
I was going to look it up. I thought
the surname might give you a hint.
Fisher.
Yeah. Come on.
He is a fisherman.
He married Debbie Reynolds, impregnated Debbie Reynolds, and then created Carrie Fisher.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Is that what you need to know?
Right.
Because Elizabeth Taylor used to hang out with Carrie Fisher at their parties when she was the stepmom.
Huh.
Used to go to parties together. They on a recent George Lucas talk show episode, they had Bruce Valanche on, and of course he was an old friend of Carrie's. It was like, and Elizabeth would come down and hang out with us at these big parties, and she was so elegant and wonderful. Because you imagine them staying at this house that Ted Levine is now intrepidly looking after with his his weird balding hair. He's a balding character, moustache, goatee thing, and brown sunglasses.
That just makes me think they could have had Carrie Fisher in this franchise eventually.
Yeah, but what would happen is eventually she'd get to that point, but they'd have to CGI her into training some of the characters in a flash backwards. And then in F9 The Fast Saga, most of the time she'd be spent in a coma until finally Ramsey would hand over a medal to Tej.
Let's talk about flashbacks actually, because I just realised I didn't cotton it. I didn't like realise as you were saying it, but in my notes here, a bit further down, at one point they do reveal a bit about Dominic Toretto's past, about how he watched.
He had a brother who was John Cena.
No,
I didn't reveal that yet.
How he watched his dad die.
Oh yeah.
Burning alive, screaming his name, not his brother's name, his name.
Not his sister's name.
Not his sister's name, just his name. So he was clearly the favourite child. And in my notes here, I've got we need a super dark flashback, seeing young Dominic watching his father burn alive, screaming his name. So do you think we'll get that in this past night?
F9 The Fast Saga will open up with then?
Oh man, that'd be fun.
Mia,
but it would also
John Cena will be as on the one side, and then Dom will be staring at the fires of hell, taking his father as he screams, "Dominic! Dominic!"
And is Christian Bale going to be the one that causes him to crash?
Okay. Why would Christian Bale ever do anything?
I don't know. I've got what's the car film we did? Ford versus Ferrari.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
Why would you bring? We're talking only good films like for the Fast and the
Sorry,
Furious.
I do apologise.
What's wrong with you?
I'm so sorry.
Well, no, Vinnie Jones will be the one to cause them to crash, so that Vinnie Jones and Jason Statham can finally have a fight about who has killed more of the Fast and Furious crew and their families.
Oh, right, okay, and their families. Because I was going to say, would Dom's dad be a Fast and Furious crew member? Was he the original Fast and Furious? Is he like the Marauders? The Marauders map in Harry Potter.
Don't. How dare you?
Let's bring in all the franchises Andrew hates.
Why would you
All right, let's talk about barbecues. Because 40 minutes in, we get our first barbecue.
This is at this point when Brian is now at least accepted into the world's. This is after this. After the street race.
Yeah.
There's a cop chase.
There is indeed a cop chase, and he saves Dominic. He's the only one there.
Crew disperse.
Yeah, they go back.
They all head back to Dom's house for a Toretto party.
Yeah.
And he's left. Brian's left to pick up and save Dom from the cops, which is just like, I mean, that's an unfortunate moment, but fuck Vince.
Yeah.
Fuck Vince. And so when they go back to the party... That's
what Brian wants to do. When
they go back to the party, and by the way, there's 14 open bottles of Corona's house party.
Yeah, I love how he counted it.
This is material I had ready a year ago.
Wow.
Vince is there, and he's like, "Hey, you made it." It's like, what happened? Why did you leave me?
Oh, they were watching a movie.
And he grabs Vince's Corona and says, "You can have any beer as long as it's Corona." And hands Brian Vince's drink.
Oh.
He passes the scepter, the torch, the Corona.
That's how you know you're part of the family.
That's how you know you're part of the family, and the other guy's on the outs.
Yeah.
And then Mia and Brian do a little bit of making Corona.
Yes, yeah, they do.
But yeah, it's barbecue time.
It is barbecue time. And yeah, me and Brian wants to take her out on a date, but she doesn't date people that are friends with her brother. But then another.
Will she date family?
Yeah.
I should say family.
She's not a royal.
Family is actually only mentioned. The word family only comes up once in this film.
Yeah.
It doesn't really count, but it's important to.
But she does end up going on the date with him. She goes to the cha-cha-cha, which is where.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're talking about the barbecue. I thought we were talking about the barbecue. There's four bottles of Corona in this barbecue.
Oh right. Sorry. Well, no. Since we're talking about the night before, that's when she finally says, "Okay, you can take me out on a date."
Yeah.
Because I don't like what this prick is saying to me, and he wants to take me to cha cha cha. So you can take me to cha cha cha, and I'm going to say it in front of him, so he feels all jealous.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind going to cha cha cha. It sounds like a nice place.
I don't want to go to cha cha cha.
I just want to go to a restaurant. Remember restaurants?
I don't remember restaurants. I remember the cha cha slide. Do you want to do the cha cha slide?
Only at cha cha cha.
To the left. To the right.
Bring it forward now, right?
Cha cha real smooth.
What movie were they watching?
Oh, I don't have that information.
Oh.
How dare you?
I was hoping you would.
I don't have that information on me.
Oh, sorry.
If you have questions, you should have done that research yourself.
I like to spring them on you. Now, also, I did think to myself, if this was set in the UK, Brian would totally be working at Halfords, right?
No.
No?
No, he'd be an independent.
Oh.
They'd have Halfords, that kind of company on the doorstep, kind of freaking them out. But that'd be an independent family run.
It'd be Galfords.
Wow. Wowfords.
Wowfords. There we go.
When's Johnny Tran coming up? We need Johnny Tran.
Yeah, Johnny Tran.
Because we haven't had a bad guy. We've only got Dominic, who is this questionable
Yeah.
thing, but we don't know if and who is actually doing the crimes.
Yeah, it's Johnny Tran. Yeah, as a villain, he's not very memorable, I don't think. Like,
Yeah.
I'd forgotten his name.
Johnny Tran. They ride motorbikes. They're biker boys.
Yes, they are indeed. They are indeed. They shoot up
That's
Brian's
how you
car.
know they're not good, because they ride bikes as opposed to cars for the most part. And yeah,
Right.
Tran and Reggie shoot up the car.
Yeah. I was going to say, I said Brian's car, not Brian's car. It's Dom's car, isn't it?
It's Dom's car.
Yeah, because he's got the pink slip. Why are the slips pink?
I don't know. Why are you pink?
Died with the blood of their enemies.
Wow. Then they would be more scarlet red, wouldn't they?
Died and then left out in the sun for a while. That works.
Okay.
Left next to the barbecue. I don't know.
Would you go
Just
into
randomly.
detail about the cars we've got in this film, by the way?
Yes. You
Okay,
could go
so
into
there's a green
detail.
car. It's a Paul Walker's green car. It's a Toyota. That got blown up. There's a yellow car.
Is Paul Walker's green car salt and vinegar flavoured?
There's a black and red car. There's a white car with blue detail.
Right.
They have exhaust. They've got ignitions. I noticed one of them was a red pickup. There's a few motorbikes. I already mentioned that. There's an orange car with a spoiler.
Yeah.
There's a Ferrari.
Does the spoiler just say hand eyes?
Who?
Who? What?
How dare you? There's a convoy of black cars. There's a big rig, and there's a helicopter, which doesn't count as a car. These are the cars I noticed in this film. I am an expert at motors.
I mean, I know all I need to know.
About the crying game.
Oh goodness. I'm trying to go through my notes. I didn't make very detailed notes. I didn't make notes throughout the whole thing because my next note is, so that's what happened to Jesse.
Oh, well, do you want to hear one of my notes here then?
Go on.
Now they're prepping for, I believe it's for Race Wars. Dominic is standing in the middle of a car where the engine should be. This is maybe an indicator of how the franchise will end.
An indicator. Hey.
Dominic Toretto actually becomes a car. He is half man, half machine.
Now there's an idea.
Now, what if this
They're
does become
probably
Disney
working on.
Pixar's Fast and Furious?
Wow. What
Right?
if Cars was part of the Fast and
That's-
Furious franchise all along?
Cars and Furious.
Cars and Furious.
Ka-chow.
We saw the sequel to Fast and Furious all those years ago.
What if Owen Wilson does come up and he's like, "Hey, it's me, Mr. McQueen. I own this company," and then he goes through a horrifying, electric eel dunking sequence. His teeth get fixed. He starts to hate Spider-Man for getting his birthday and becomes a car.
See, I was thinking more of what if
And this is a Marvel what if, we should say.
what I was thinking more of what if Dominic Toretto starts saying "wow" more and more until he becomes
Wow.
he becomes Owen Wilson.
Wow.
No, that's pretty much all my notes until the very final scene. So give me all you got until then, basically, and I'll jump back in later.
Well, they're prepping for Brian's new car.
Right.
Jesse's really good at developing things.
Oh,
They're
Jesse.
prepping for because they want to do some good racing, and he's going to be part of the crew.
Yeah.
How do they develop this car though? What kind of technology do they use?
Computer technology.
What kind of computer technology? This is 2001. Floppy disk, baby.
Floppy
It's
disk.
got a floppy disk with wireframes
Oh wow.
to customize the car and develop what it should look like should they get all the material. Isn't that cool? That's where we are.
Cool.
This is a franchise which will eventually have all of the various cameras and recording equipment in the world in one surveillance USB.
God. So crazy to see the beginnings of this franchise.
This franchise in which Dominic Toretto will punch someone, and they will go down, but he will not be able to punch through a wall yet, or punch through the rock.
Oh my God.
He's got a lot of training to go for that.
Yeah. How crazy has this fucking franchise become? Jeez. That's what I'm most looking forward to with Fast Fridays. It's just seeing it
develop.
Evolve into just
From, hey, what if, the
craziness.
gang go into Johnny Tran's warehouse to see if they can find out what he's doing and steal some of their equipment, and watch the guy oil waterboard
Yes. Yeah.
pretty brutal.
Yeah. And we
Brutal
thought that was
torture.
the craziest thing that was going to happen.
It's like, oh shit, there's some violence in this film. And then that doesn't come to anything because it's not actually them. It's Dom and his crew. They're the guys who are stealing all this equipment.
They are indeed.
Turns out that Brian's best friend and soon-to-be family member Dom is actually the bad guy, and it's like, oh shit, I've loved you all this time, and now I have to hate you.
So now we get to the big sort of final act chase scene.
We've got race wars.
Oh, the race wars are a constant thing.
No, the actual Coachella set race wars.
Right.
Where we see Letty smoke a guy out.
Yeah.
And then Jesse races against Johnny Tran.
Poor Jesse. Yeah.
And, he fails.
He does exactly what I would do. You lose. Fuck that, I'm out. I was only kidding, guys. Bye.
Well, he nods way too early.
Yeah.
Wastes everything.
But I don't think he had a chance in hell anyway.
He had a decent chance if he gave a shit, but he's ADD. He just presses all the buttons. And then he's just like, oh shit, I'm not going to stop, never going to catch me.
Yeah, poor
and
Jesse.
then, it's time to heist.
It is time to heist.
Heist.
What a heist.
We're doing Mad Max Fury Road at this point. We're just doing Warwick.
What a lovely day. It is a lovely day for a heist, actually. It's a very nice sunny day. It's not raining, so that's good. There's grip on the roads.
Yep, it's the opposite of Blind Melon.
Yep.
Well, it is. There's no rain.
And the truck driver that they're trying to heist from, is that right?
They're trying to hijack, I believe is the
yeah.
His name is
They're
Jack.
trying to heist from. Is prepared. He's got a shotgun. And he's not going down without a fight.
So who have we got in each of these cars?
We've got Letty.
Yep. She's sidelining.
Yep, we've got Dom.
And
we've got the other ones.
We've got Dom and Vince. Vince is handling things.
Yep. And the other one.
And we've got the other guy.
Person. Yep.
No one cares.
No one cares.
No one cares about them. They probably won't return. So how's this heist go? How's this hijacking?
Well, Vince jumps on, right? Isn't it Vince? Vince jumps on and
they grapple hook and he just jumping on things.
Yeah. And he gets all tangled up in the grappling.
He gets tethered in the grapple, the wire, and it's cutting his arm.
He gets what?
Tethered.
No, we don't talk about that. We don't say that word because it brings back bad memories. Thank you very much.
So should we talk about
no
ropes and cannibalism, or want we go full Army Hammer instead?
Oh God. Yeah, he gets all tethered.
Are you not excited for Death on the Nile?
God.
With future family member Gal Gadot, and maybe before release, removed and edited into someone else. Army Hammer.
Who are they going to bring back though? Who are they going to bring to take over as well? Because the normal guys.
They've got French and Saunders in there already. That's a problem. So they're my first two options. You know what?
Kevin Spacey.
Wow. No. I think whoever wins this upcoming series of Taskmaster should get the ring.
Oh, that's good.
That's how they
I'm just thinking, Army, you go in the cancelled corner. Kevin, you can come back.
No, it's not a one in, one out policy.
Be careful.
We're happy to remove all people.
You can come back, but keep that dunce hat on, okay? And no, don't do that.
Where's Woody Allen in all this shit then?
Yeah.
This is
he's on HBO Max.
Fast and Furious.
But yeah, Paul Vince gets shot.
Tethered shot.
And
hanging on the side.
And Letty has a big old crash.
Yep, she's trying to give a bit of distraction to save Vince, and suddenly, flips over.
Yep. And Brian comes to save the day.
Brian just runs down real fast.
Yep.
And who's there in the car with them?
I've forgotten her name.
You were Culpa? No, Mia Culpa.
Mia, that was it. You were.
How dare you not remember me? She is not only family, she is actual family.
She is actual family.
She
Yeah,
is
that's
a
true.
OG Toretto, and you don't remember. She's there, he's there, they're rushing through, trying to help out.
Yeah.
Because it's all gone to pot.
And
Dom's
Mia
got
at
to
this
look
point,
after Letty.
yeah, Mia at this point already knows that that Brian L. Spilner, I'm sorry to say, is not his actual name.
Who?
Brian L. Spilner.
Never heard of him. Is he related to Brian O'Connor?
It is Brian O'Connor.
Oh,
Yes.
shit, okay.
Yeah.
So they look
Yeah,
the same, but I don't want to
unfortunately.
assume that all white people are the same person.
Unfortunately, that awesome name has been ripped from us, and we have to deal with Brian O'Connor.
Okay.
And that's what I said when I was watching the film. How dare you? How dare you take that name from us?
The only
It's
thing
a
that's
serial
away
killer
from us
name.
is more Ted Levine. That's the only thing.
Um,
He's a serial killer.
and yeah,
It's
and
Buffalo Bill, for God's sake.
I do love the scene where he reveals he's Officer Brian O'Connor in front of Dom.
Why does he have to reveal that, though? He's just like, hey, by the
Because,
way, it's me, Officer Brian O'Connor. I just want to say
well,
hi.
yeah, he's on the phone at this point. By the way, just want to say hi. What are you wearing? Okay.
I think they're skipping over the fact that they have to jump. Vince has to untether himself and jump from a moving truck
Yes, that's true.
into a
Yep.
car.
Yeah,
This is some stunt work. This is some
it
intense
is some stunt work. Yeah,
This is finally in this film some actual, honest to God stunt.
but
It's thrilling. Mia's got to
yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Brian's got to stand there and grab on.
But yeah, when Brian saves the day and saves Vince.
But Vince is bleeding out. It's dangerous.
Vince is bleeding out.
He won't
So
last it. They have to
Brian
call
calls his buddies, and he's calling for an ambulance and a helicopter and to order everything to get this guy. He's hemorrhaging bad and he's going into shock because he's just found out a friend is a police officer and not his
Dominic
friend.
just turns and stands and stares.
But, I mean, this is damn good acting because you can see it all going through his head. Oh, you can see it going all through his head. What should I do? This is happening, but also I've just found this out, and I want to kill him.
Going through his head at the moment?
Go on.
Any much hair? He's only got bristles.
Oh. Do you think there's music lyrics going through his head though?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I just want to establish that Dominic Toretto at this moment he's got like bristly, fading hair. At this point. We will keep tabs on the level of baldness in the franchise
Okay.
because it is weirdly one of the key parts of the films by episode 7.
Suddenly he has an afro next film. It's weird.
We get afros next week. Don't worry about that.
And then they have little they go searching for Jesse. Yes, Jesse. I'm really bad with the character names, apart from Brian and Dom.
Well, the two you actually need to know for the entire franchise.
That's the thing.
And Mia, and Letty.
And Mia, yeah.
And Vince, kind of.
Yeah? I was wondering how long Vince stays around. It's been a while since I've seen these. So
we've got him until there's a Rio heist.
Right. All right. Eventually, Brian tries to bring Dom in, but Dom's saying, no, I need to find Jesse first.
Jesse's out there. He's unsafe. Trans out to get him, and we've seen what they can do. They can oil waterboard people.
Yes. And then
he could get into Stanford or MIT or Harvard. He could do anything he wants. He's got ADD there.
Well, he turns up, so there's
that.
Oh,
okay, he turns up to the house and nothing bad has ever happened at the Toretto household.
Well, until the motorbikes turn up.
What? The biker boys?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lord Fishburne. He's turning up, is he?
And they have a little drive-by shooting of and hit nobody but Jesse. Poor Jesse.
So Mia's standing out on the porch.
Yep.
Brian and Dom are just standing on the driveway.
In the open air.
Open air. And the only one they hit is Jesse. He's just standing there.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That is inconsistent work.
Really is.
By the Tran estate.
And so then their differences are put aside because now they're out for revenge and they need to catch these two biker boys.
Yeah.
So
it's time to drive. How are they going to drive?
in their cars, fast and furious.
Thank you. They're going to drive fast. They're going to drive furious.
Yes. And they split up. One goes after one, the other goes after the other.
Yep.
And they both catch their guy. Both guys die, right? One of them gets killed by Dom, I think.
I don't remember what happens. I think
Okay.
Reggie just gets knocked off the bike, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
So-
Brian shoots one of them. Because he skids his car to a halt, and there's like no cars in front of him. The bike is far down the road, and he just gets out his gun and shoots.
Bang, bang, bang.
Guy flips off the bike, and then he goes and sees the guy in like under a bridge, and I think he's still alive. And he says
gives
to
him heroin.
he says to someone, "Look, call 911 because I'm still a cop and I still care about."
And they all stand up and look at him really intense, like, "You've lied to us as well."
And then he goes off to find Dom, and they have a little quarter-mile race because the train tracks are a quarter-mile from where they are.
Live their life a quarter mile at a time. It's the only way they can be free.
Sorry?
He lives his life a quarter mile at a time.
Oh,
It's the only
right.
way he feels free.
Yes. I thought you said something about Gordon. I was like, what?
He lives his life like Gordon Miles. It's the only way he can feel bees. Gordon Miles was a famous beekeeper.
That's going to be the big reveal at the end of the franchise. Quarter mile. I was talking about Gordon Miles.
Gordon Miles, the famous beekeeper, and it turns out it's Sean Bean from Jupiter Ascending.
Oh my god. If only.
Remember he was a bee in that film? He's a bee man.
Oh, how could you
And Channing Tatum was a dog man.
We are talking Fast and Furious.
And there's an elephant man, and it's not Bradley Cooper in that film. And as a friend of the show, Dave.
Dave
Thomas. I was
Dave.
he just always
He's Dave.
in person. Dave Thomas always talks about Jupiter Ascending, and there's the elephant man in the cockpit, and he goes, walk factor firefighter goes, and what the hell, Wachowskis? What are we doing at this point?
Who would have thought during the Fast and Furious podcast we'd bring up that film? But yeah, they have their little quarter-mile race, and
they both make it over the tracks.
Both make it over the tracks, barely.
Oh.
And Brian lets us go.
What if no train was coming at that point, and they just had to sit there for an hour waiting for a train to come so they could do this? So you're like Corona?
Dom's just there with the train times in his lap. Not yet. Here, I've got your.
Why do you hate crusts,
have a drink.
Brian?
I got your tuna sandwich just like you like it. Why are there crusts on it? Oh, what is it with you and crusts?
You know, we've
And then
got
you
like
have an hour
35
long-
minutes to the train. I'll cut the crust off very slowly.
They just have a 35-minute argument about crusts.
Yeah.
But yeah, they make it just over the tracks, and that's I think my last note in terms of stuff about the actual film was the poor fucking train driver probably had a heart attack.
It was pretty scary to watch this happen.
To this day, is still going through the motions. I'd say is still suffering from.
Oh, actually, no,
PTSD.
it was Mackenzie Crook, and then he went to London and he started hitting a couple of people, and then he got a relationship with Gemma Arterton whilst she was suicidal, so that he could run over her and be 3 and Out.
Oh wow!
It's a deep cut reference to the indie British film 3 and Out, about the fact that if you hit 3 people as a train driver, you are then dismissed with pay.
That sounds quite interesting, actually.
It is not.
Oh, okay.
It is not good.
But yeah, we end with Brian letting his brother, his new family member, go. And
It's the only way he can be free.
yeah, it's sweet. It's a sweet little ending.
So that's
Opens
that.
it up for potential sequels, I guess. But
Does
it's a
it?
shame they never made any.
Now, you say that, so then it's the credits, right?
Yes.
That's that. Anything after the credits?
Is there something after the credits?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you not watching the entire film? Are you saying, well, that must be the film done then? Are you saying there's nothing post-credits?
I thought about watching the credits, and then I was like, nah, surely 2001 post credits weren't as popular.
It doesn't
Like,
mean they
I know-
don't happen.
I know they brought
First viewer.
post credits. Yeah, I know, but I knew
No,
that.
no. In this one, Ferris Bueller comes out and goes, "It's over. The film's done. Family, go home. What are you doing here? Your family."
Is there actually a post-credits thing? Because I honestly thought about getting to the end of the credits, and I was like, nah. And I thought, it'll be
We fade up. We're in Mexico.
really.
Yep. Cars driving fast.
There's a big hammer. For some reason, Agent Coulson's there.
Drives past a Corona sponsored shop. There's signs of the beer all over there.
Really?
And as Dom's driving, we just hear it again. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. It's the only way I can be free. And he just drives off into the distance.
Okay. Interesting. So
just to say, hey, he made it out and he got away.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Yeah. I guess it does sort of leave a gap, but leave something open. But then, so the end of the film. So
yeah, but this one then confirms, right, he definitely got away. So it's not.
Yeah.
Because Vin Diesel needs the final shot of the film.
The only thing I had noted down, those are all my notes really. But the only thing left, or I had one note where it says try and find a way to fit in Johnny Cash's one piece at a time in, but I'll try that at some point. We won't talk about country stuff at the moment, because we're not backstage at Bluebird. But let's just talk about some of the credited people behind the scenes. The unit production manager. Do you know his name?
Scotsman.
Nope. Doug is his first name. Do you know his second name?
Los Fairbanks.
No, Doug Claiborne. Which means we're backstage at Bluebird, folks. Hey, y'all. We've just watched a film with Deacon's brother as the unit. What was it? The unit production manager.
Is Deacon's brother the unit production manager of Fast and the Furious? Scarlett's father.
Ooh.
Or is it a John Cena situation? There's secretly a third brother all along.
Oh, well, they've already mentioned that Deacon's sister is Scarlett's mother.
Okay.
Sure.
Well,
so
I mean, family.
If Deacon's brother is also Scarlett's father, it's going to be an interesting next few seasons.
It would fit into the realm of soap opera.
And now we're back to family. See? You're welcome.
So how do you feel about the Fast and the Furious, the 2001 Red Curry production?
I enjoyed it. It's very different to what we're going to end up with.
Yes.
One of the things I was thinking while I was watching this was I've recently sort of rediscovered Grand Theft Auto a bit. And I'll go on it like once a day just to drive around. I don't actually do anything.
We can drive together.
I drive around. I pop to the casino and spin the wheel to see if I can get a car. I've got a few cars now, which is quite nice, and they're all black. I can't put the Death logo. Yes, maybe I am. I can't put the Death Proof logo on the hood of the car, which is really annoying. I can put it on the doors.
Can you put the Thunderbolt logo on it?
Now there's an idea. But yeah, so I've recently rediscovered that, and like my favorite cars to drive are sort of like the Death Proof kind of ones, and the ones that I like Dom's car. So I was kind of hoping.
Cars. We're talking muscles.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Like Dom.
And I remember a day or two before I rewatched the Fast and the Furious, I was thinking to myself, God, this does remind me of the Fast and Furious franchise, just driving down these long roads, and it just feels nice. And I was looking forward to having that feeling, but I didn't get that feeling with this first film because it's all about race wars, and I felt uncomfortable. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's an interesting first entry to a franchise which just goes like 0 to 60 in 5 movies, and then beyond into space eventually. Apparently, I wouldn't say it's top of the list. Yes, rumored. Okay, I wouldn't say it's top of the list, but it's not bottom. How about you?
Well, I'm watching these with my parents because of lockdown.
Right.
And they've seen a bunch of the latter day films and they like them. And so like, oh well, we'll watch with you. This could be fun.
So
and,
they'd seen the from 5 onwards.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Right. So that's what they're used to.
Yes.
And then
my mother turned to me as we paused it halfway through because she had to go do other things. She's
Did you
like,
put the right film on?
she's like, I see why you've hidden this one from me. So we're excited to get through the other ones very quickly, so we can get back onto the ones where it gets good.
I think we'll get comfortable again from number 4.
Nope.
No.
No. It really is. The shot in the arm is the Dwayne Johnson era.
I'm very intrigued to see what they say about Tokyo Drift.
Well, it's our favourite character, Dad. I hope there's justice for him coming.
We'll find out in a few short months.
Yes, down the road. Every Friday we'll be hanging out watching a Fast and Furious film in the lead up to F9 The Fast Saga. And guess what? We might not be alone. We might be having other members of our family joining us.
Family. Got to mention the family.
It's important to have family.
It is important
to be together, even if we're so drifted apart. Tokyo drifted apart.
Wow.
We need to stick together, enjoy a Corona, have a backyard barbecue, and maybe go out on Tuesday night. Maybe go to the bar. It's so quiet, but the cover band too loud. Do you feel like I do, Johnny? It's got to be in the new film, right? It's got to be a song from Vin Diesel in the new film. If it's not Feel Like I Do, he's holding something back that was meant to come out. That he's sung over the lockdown.
You know there are 2 Vin Diesel songs.
Go on.
There is a second one I spotted on his Spotify. I Spotified on his Spotify.
Oh yeah, and is it one that he actually sang, or is it more like spoken word?
I think it's one that he actually sung. I can bring it up if you want.
Yes.
I might the microphone might get a bit buzzy, but
why?
Just because
you can put it up onto your system and then play it through the system. Surely.
Okay, right. Hold on, that's going to take a while, but...
How is this going to take a while? What are you talking
about?
about?
Because I don't have Spotify open on my laptop, so bear me a few minutes. Talk. Fill the gap. Fill the gap.
What are you talking about?
But yeah, no, I looked him up on Spotify, and I saw that there was a song came out in October. When did Feel Like I Do come out?
September.
Okay. Oh, that's the one. This is the one. Yeah.
I remember not too long ago, we were counting stars and
I love it.
the summer nights never turning cold. The season came and went like snow.
It's great.
I've not had this before.
Tuesday, I wonder where these days went. Wednesday, Thursday, time keeps steady racing.
Amazing.
Friday, chasing. Paycheck after paycheck, every day's late. The sunset our place again.
Drop it.
Don't you miss those days when we didn't worry about anything?
This is cool.
The shit I miss those days when we didn't worry about anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Now those days are gone. I reminisce on the nights that are long.
This is closing credits.
I see
Come on. Oh, and then Brian's face will keep showing up.
yesterday when we were kids, but now those days are gone.
Feel Like I Do is the opening credits.
Feels Like I Do is how you open the film, and then this is like showing shots of the whole Fast Saga at this point.
But now those days are gone.
And it's just slow motion shots of Paul Walker as well. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Everyone will come out together and be like, this is the greatest experience we've ever had. I'm glad that we've thought back about the virus. I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm going to say that for myself.
So you hadn't heard about that before?
No, I just assumed he just did the one. He hadn't got enough inspiration to do another one. Turns out a month later he had another.
Yeah, so it makes me wonder, will there be another?
What was he doing at Thanksgiving to not drop another track? And then Christmas?
Yeah.
And then January? And then February? We could have heard almost a whole album at this point.
Yeah.
Finn, buddy, come on.
Do you think he's going to release an album in time for Fast and Furious?
Not with the way he's releasing these songs, no. 2 and then nothing.
Yeah.
No,
but I feel like that's the way it's done, isn't it? They do two couple of singles and then
two singles, yes, but this one was October 29th.
Yeah.
You would have then heard right, and then now he's releasing the rest of
that's
it.
true.
But also,
Maybe
these
he's
days
just
they
shaking the whole music industry up.
these
This is
days
how
they
he's
don't
gonna
release
do it.
singles like that. These days they actually release all the songs separately as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true. We can but hope.
we can both
Imagine-
hope.
Imagine if we get both a new and first Vin Diesel album alongside a new Fast and Furious film on the
Johnny.
same day. Yeah, that's why I'm getting your hopes up.
I mean, look, I've had my first vaccine. If in May, at the end of May, I get my second vaccine, we get the a new trailer for F9 The Fast Saga to confirm it's definitely coming out in June/July, and pre-sales go out for Vin Diesel's album. I don't know what I'm going to do, but that's 2021.
Yeah.
All hope is here, and all those days are gone.